What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Thursday night tag team. We're back in the house, Mr. U. I'm your boy. Big Mike's in the house. EC, Sped Love in the house. What's going on, fellas? How you guys doing tonight?
Doing good. Yes, sir.
What's up, man? Y'all sleep? Wake up.
Nah, I'm just waiting for everybody to talk.
Yo, it's wrestling time. You ready? Let's go.
Listen, we also live on Twitch right now. So what's up? Yeah. Say hi. Hi to everybody on Twitch. What's up, Twitch?
What's
up, Twitch?
Guys and ladies. Hello.
Apparently, Twitch is a British stream now with Mr. U.
It's not?
Perhaps.
Culture.
I don't know, man, but good for us to be international. I don't know what's going on. So, but lady, one of our probably our number one most faithful fan, I guess. She's fighting for the crown. She's not, man. Ladies in the house.
She's there. She's number one.
Hit that like, subscribe button. We appreciate that so much. Join the conversation here in the chat. We got plenty to talk about too. Ladies in the house. And first in the house, everybody else is like dragging behind. But of course, the NFL started tonight, so you got to understand the Ravens and the Chiefs already going blow for blow right now already. So it's going to be an interesting night, but we're going head on. So what we starting tonight, guys? We got two PLEs that we're going to review, and then kind of a preview AEW All Out. You want to start with the Bash?
Yes, sir. Well, we can't start without.
Let's first begin with the coronation. I guess we recoronated King from last time.
King Sped.
Wow.
Yeah, unfortunately, it came down to the last match at No Mercy. There, you guys can see, Sped and I were tied coming out of Saturday at Bash at Berlin. My No Mercy picks. If you follow me on Twitter, you saw I was quite disappointed in the first half of that show. But it came down to the championship match, which, obviously we'll talk about. Ethan Page and Joe Hendry. Obviously, Sped's pick won that one, so he became the new king of WWE, I guess. We'll still let Mr. U have king of AEW.
The reigning king of WWE.
So we do have...
I like how your voice went down and you said king of AEW. I like how we went to a lower
decibel. I mean...
I feel like it was more dominant than what we're seeing right now, but okay, whatever. We'll go with that. I'm good. We'll go with that.
I know which name I'd rather have. I'm just saying.
I love to hear that name, but it's all good.
And then we can't start without acknowledging Sped. He's got a little poem here.
It's not poem.
He'll
poem.
I mean, it looks like it all rhymes. I mean, it looks like it rhymes there. It looks like a poem.
It does rime.
Oh, you're gonna
go ahead and read your statement, King Sped.
Wait. So I understand what we're doing here. He's getting ready to spit bars. Is that what you're telling me right now?
Let's come on now. Let's.
Oh no, I'm not ready for this. But go ahead.
Nah, I was just saying. You guys already read it. They read it. We good.
I didn't read anything. Keep going. Go ahead. I haven't read anything.
I can't read. I need you to tell me. I'm illiterate.
Alabama. What? Alabama's got.
I'm from Alabama. We don't read here.
Oh, whatever. Wow. That's step. What? Go ahead and read spit your bars, man. So we can keep moving on.
All right, listen. It just says in the ring, I'm the master of predictions. It's true. WWE 2-0.
No, it's not.
Better record than from WWE side than FSU does as a whole right now. I analyze with precision. What's up? That's why I still stay the king of WWE. All right, that is back to back for WWE. All right, who am I? You all know my name. What's up?
Chalk. That's your name.
Chalk.
That's who you are.
Kansas City
but
no originality, no guts, no creativity, just chalk.
Yeah, you definitely need to go back to promo class. That's for sure.
Definitely. Down
in NXT. If you're gonna cut a promo, it's got to be better than that.
We're
a wrestling show. You got to represent.
I gotta go to OVW. I ain't nowhere near NXT ready.
He's going to WoW. He's gonna go.
Wow.
You gonna go.
Oh goodness.
Be a manager for them ladies over there. It'll help you.
Yeah.
No, that was.
We'll send you up to OVW with Al Snow and let them teach you some stuff up there.
But
if you get up there, you're on Netflix now because they've got the whole Netflix documentary for OVW.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you deserve to be there either. So
all right, then. We'll just.
Okay.
He's more.
Let's go ahead and move on, man. But I'm sorry, EC. I didn't hear you talking, man. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say he's more AEW dark.
Wow.
What about 0 Hour?
Wow. Nah, you can't be on that neither.
But we will take a look at.
Better than what I was gonna say.
I want to say this, and let's go right into the bash. I got to get the last word on this one. We can't keep this going. But this is not like the last time, man. You shouldn't be bragging about this one.
Right, because I didn't go perfect.
No, because Big Mac will tell you he knows. I think EC knows it too. Those first 2 or 3 matches,
bull crap,
didn't make no sense.
None of them made sense.
Shouldn't have been close to you. So you got this, you won it, but this is not.
Well, No Mercy. No Mercy. The only match was the NXT match that all of us didn't agree on. It was me and Big Mike that didn't agree on that match only. That was the only match that meant anything that night for me.
Bro, you heard me. You heard me, didn't you?
Hey, I picked the same thing as you guys.
First
3 matches.
So we did. We heard. So
this is not a bragathon. Not this one. You won it, but don't be up in here talking no coronation.
Oh, hey, no, I'm just keeping my crown.
Okay?
That's all.
You stop that mess, okay? You got it right now. You stop all that mess. That's foolishness, all right?
So we will talk about what doesn't make sense and what does. We'll review the shows. Obviously, Bash at Berlin started on Saturday. Had the first match, which was Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens. Cody Rhodes does retain. Any thoughts about this match? Did you enjoy it? Would expect that to happen? Did you think Kevin Owens was going to turn heel, or?
No, I didn't think either one was going to happen. He wasn't going to win, and he wasn't turning heel. I didn't see either one happen. Neither one.
Sped?
I thought it was going to be a little better than what it was, but I mean, it was a great match. I got nothing else about it. We all knew Cody was going to win. Yeah.
You see, and I know you weren't here for our preview show, so we actually don't know what you thought about it going into it, but what did you think of the match?
I mean, I enjoyed it. Honestly, I wasn't expecting Kevin to turn. Kevin Owens is a great man.
Right? He definitely teased it, though. I mean, he thought about it. He thought about that chop block real hard.
There's still too much bloodline hanging around for Kevin Owens to go heel right now.
Good point. Yeah, I mean, I kind of felt the same. I even said on our show, I didn't think he was going to go heel that night. I do like the fact that they have teased it and kind of sprinkled it in there.
Yeah.
But I mean, obviously that we all agree that was kind of the right decision there, not to go full heel. But it's always fun, with Kevin Owens teasing things like that.
You need to watch out for
next up.
Watch out for.
Next up, we do have new women's tag team champions in Jade and Bianca, who beat the Unholy Union. EC, we'll start with you because again, we'll get your opinion. What did you think about the match? Do you think it was the right decision?
No, I outside of here, I've been very vocal that I thought that was not that they've teased anything, but I just don't see the point of putting the tag team titles back on these two, where now we're back to this dominant tag team that nobody's going to come close to beating until they decide either Bianca or Jade's going to turn on each other, which I full-heartedly believe it should be Bianca going heel. But I'm also just biased because I love Isla and Alba.
Yes.
Sped?
I just thought same thing as EC. I mean, me and him, we talked about it before, and I agree. Bianca, it's time for Bianca to go heel, and this would be a great. And I understand where they're going with it later on with these two, but I don't know, man. I thought you could let the Unholy Union go for a little bit longer than what it was. 77 days is not really a long time to establish anything as a champion, especially when you're not getting a lot of minutes in the ring, versus everyone else when they're doing championship matches. I'm not saying that they're not getting TV time because they are, but ring time versus, let's say, Rhea versus Liv, or no, let's not even do that one. Let's WWE Women's Championship, right? That one's going to get more than the tag titles right now, which is kind of sad in my book. I think the tag titles need be elevated all around.
Yeah. And I know, Mister, you kind of thought going into it the same as Sped that the Unholy Union would win. What did you think about the match?
Yeah, I really felt strongly about that. I felt like it was fair that they hadn't been pinned. I think it was just something I'd rather have seen on American soil as opposed to being here. Maybe on television would probably been good, especially for their ratings, which they definitely need some more help in that area. But match wise, I mean, I thought it was decent. It wasn't the best match on the card, but it was fair. I mean, I didn't have a problem with it. I don't know. So maybe you guys see what I'm seeing, but I'm watching their matches, and it feels like it. I feel like to some degree Bianca is slowing down for Jade. I don't know if you can see that. If I've seen Bianca work, and she moves at a bit of a faster pace normally. I feel like she slows down for Jade, and it feels like Jade is trying to catch up, and you kind of can see it in some of the move set. It's like that's not good for the kind of big push that people expecting is getting ready to happen, whether one turns heel or not. It feels like they're not ready for this to happen yet. But of course, my predictions aren't perfect, so I'm probably wrong about this, but I don't think they're ready for that yet, particularly because of Jade's development as far as her in-ring work. I don't think she's ready to do a program with Bianca on it yet. I think we need more time with it. I don't know if that means them as a tag team or not, but she's not ready for this yet.
I mean,
really, that's. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, EC. Finish it up.
Just to go off of that, I mean, I could agree with. I think they're not ready, but the problem is it doesn't matter how long they wait. Jade's not going to catch up to Bianca as far as how when it comes to speed in the ring.
No, I don't. Not that was a comparison only because they're a tag team right now. But I'm talking about her. I seen her in matches. I think she had a match with. I think it was Alba a week or so ago. I think it was. I'm not sure. Don't hold me to that. But I watched a couple of singles matches that she had, and I'm seeing the same thing. I wouldn't call it plotting, but it's not. Hate saying
she's thinking too much.
Maybe
that's what I see. It's like she's not comfortable in how fluid the move should be, and it seems like she's stopping and thinking what comes next. Is kind of how I see it. Yeah, because I agree with you, and that's one of the reasons I actually thought they would win this match going into it. Was because I think I think they want this blow off for the turn to be at WrestleMania. So it just makes sense to let them run as a tag team for a little bit since they're going to push it down the road. But I also think too, and I've said this before on the show, I think that Jade should be the one that turns heel. Not because I don't think Bianca would be an amazing heel because she was in NXT. I think she will be again whenever that happens. But I think Jade's style being a little bit slower lends itself more to being a heel character. You know, Bianca can still go 90-0 this fast, be the EST and be a face and be the good guy, and let Jade kind of be more of a slower powerhouse beat down kind of heel. And that fits her style a little bit more right now until she gets more comfortable. Yeah. So, to me, I think they let them stay together a little bit longer, maybe until the Rumble breakup at the Rumble. That way Jade can get a little bit more practice with Bianca in the ring, moving together, getting used to each other with that chemistry. So when WrestleMania comes around, they've got that chemistry down pat and they can have an amazing match against each other there.
I did a couple of legends that come to mind that kind of have a slow move set. But it's not like this. So maybe what you're saying is mental. It's not this slow. So something's definitely going on there. Maybe it is what you're saying. She's overthinking some stuff, but she's not moving freely. I've seen her move better in AEW. To be honest, I don't understand why it's not translated.
Because, and you might laugh at this, but because she's under the bright lights now, those aren't the bright lights over there.
Okay, fair.
Well, WWE is also a more controlled environment. That I think that has a lot to do with it too. I mean, their matches over here, I would imagine, and again, I'm not behind the scenes, so I don't know. The matches in WWE are a little bit more scripted than in AEW. So at AEW, you're just kind of doing whatever, and it lends itself to that more. But now they want you to tell more of a story during your match to where they're just not letting you do whatever. So I think that has a little bit to do with it too. The storytelling aspect of it, I think lends itself to her thinking a little bit more. Not that I think she won't pick it up, because I think she will, because I think she's going to be great. But I just don't. That's a lot quicker than almost not even a year now that she's been with the company to try and pick that up if you've never done it before. Like coming from the indies, going to AEW, then coming, you've got a little bit of that already. But with her only being in the business for a few years, I think it's going to lend itself to having a little bit more time.
I was going to ask, yeah, she started with the AEW, right? Just flat out.
As far as I know.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, she's got time. I was going to say she's never going to catch up to what Bianca can do, because Bianca's got what, like
that ain't what I'm saying.
Years.
Two of y'all saying that.
Yeah.
What I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that.
Yeah, but
pick up the pace. Period. I don't care who she wrestles.
Yep.
I don't mean try to catch up to Bianca, because not a lot of folks can do that. They don't have the stamina she got. It's not the same. It's apples and oranges.
Jade just needs to get it better in Jade's land, not worry about what Bianca's doing. I understand what you're saying. I get that.
Copy that.
So yeah, we'll move on. Next up is the strap match. Punk apparently stays unbeaten in strap matches. I did not know that stat, so thank you, Spud, for that stat. Apparently, he's undefeated in strap matches.
3-0.
Mr. U, we'll start with you. What do you think about the match?
Very good. I think. I won't make any comparison. This was just actually a good match. Close to the end, I thought they kind of played the whole should I hit the turnbuckle thing a little bit too long. I'm like, come on, okay, all right. I know it would be suspenseful, but it wasn't that for me as a fan. I'm like, okay, but other than that, that's my only real critique. It was good. I think the right guy went over. Like what happened on Monday night to kind of follow that up. I think that was spot on, very good what they're doing with that. I think it's going to result in a very, very nasty match at Bad Blood, which I think hopefully be the culmination of this. But I've been seeing a couple of rivalries go on for long, like Carmelo and Andrade. They go on to 5 matches too. So I guess you might probably be seeing it here too. So, but other than that, really good match. I like the concept. Glad it wasn't in a steel cage, because that would have been the end of it, I think. But you can't come back after a steel cage. So, but it was really good match. Love the story. Good job out there.
EC, what'd you think?
Yeah, I mean, it was for me. I think it's good to finally get that first victory out of the way, and then like the whole, getting the bracelet back, even though Drew sent it, to hell the next night. And I honestly can't wait to see what kind of match they come up with for match 3 in Atlanta. Keep hearing everyone say they think it's going to be Hell in a Cell, and that'll be crazy. But I think Punk is going to just, no matter what kind of match it is, I think Punk's going to go over again and win the series.
Good.
Well, I don't know if you guys heard, but Michael Cole did acknowledge Punk beating Umaga in a strap match, then cashing in his Money in the Bank against Jeff Hardy in 2009 during the match. So that's why I started looking it up. Okay, so the other match, I don't remember, but he's 3-0 now in strap matches. One against Umaga, which was great. So I thought this match was brutal. I actually liked it. I was like, all right, cool. I didn't think they were going to top what they did the first one, but this one was really good. I am very invested to see what they're going to do for the next match. If it's Hell in a Cell, please put let me have Drew put Punk through the side of the cage with the Claymore. Just like kick him so hard he goes right through the side. That'd be great. All right, but Punk, yeah, I agree with EC. He's going to go over. He's going to win. They're setting up for Punk to go for a world, try to get the world heavyweight title. I'm not saying he's going to take it. I'm not saying he's going to take it. All right. I don't think anybody right now is beating Gunther until maybe WrestleMania, But, I like this match. I gave it a B plus, sorry. It was really good in my book. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. I agree. No, I mean, and again, I think the right person went over. I do, like we talked about in last week's show, Punk kind of had to win in order to keep it going, because if Drew would have won, where do you go from there with Drew being 2-0 against him? And yes, you can see Lady Alpha commenting, mentioned earlier, Herb is here from the Herb and Raj podcast. We appreciate you being here, Herb.
What's
Make
up,
sure you
Herb?
check them out on Tuesday nights. And then Herb is also on a show with our own Mr. U earlier in the night on Thursdays. The Thursday night thing on the They Call Me Mr. U podcast network. So be sure to check them out. They talk a lot of football. We appreciate you guys being there. And I'll leave that last comment to Lady Alpha's opinion. So
I figured you're gonna ignore that elephant in the room. I saw that. But.
no, I mean that's everybody's entitled to their opinion. I mean, I'm not saying I disagree, but as far as the match, I think it was a good match. Like that stipulation, it's weird to me. Like and they played it off well, even though it got clunky at times. Especially I thought the part where Punk was on Drew's back and then Drew's touching it and Punk's touching it, I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
But I don't know how much it lends it to what the feud has been. So I didn't really like the fact that they did it. I thought they played it as well as they could. But I would have rather just been just a strap match where you just beat the crap out of each other and you make the other person submit or get knocked out or something like that, and just beat the crap out of each other.
Yep.
Instead of having to touch lights and all that, because especially at the end, like Mr. You said, with him stopping every time he touched a turnbuckle and kind of stares around and looks around, and you can tell there was a couple times that Punk would kind of pull him a little bit, or Drew would pull Punk, and like, nope, you're not supposed to be able to do that just yet. So I mean, it was a little clunky, but what are you going to do? You had to have something in between it. It's different than what WWE has done recently. Couldn't tell you the last time they've had a strap match, so that was good. I guess it's something different. But definitely kind of a weird stipulation to have in this sort of kind of blood feud going through. I would have rather it been like a, like I said, just a normal match with a strap involved, or like a tables match or something, where he has a lot of that too. But yeah, I mean, definitely a good match. Right guy went over. Can't wait for what happens. I'm guessing it's going to be at Bad Blood. Hopefully it's Hell in a Cell. To have a blow off, like we talked about last week. I hope it's a, loser leaves Raw kind of thing, so it separates them at that point. And then, like we said, CM Punk goes over, let Drew go over to SmackDown and be on that brand for a little bit, and let CM Punk go after the world title and see what happens there. So, any other thoughts on this match?
Nope.
All right, so we'll go to the next match, which is we'll start with Sped, since I know this one was his favorite because it has his boy Dom in it.
I knew these two. I picked this right. I picked this one right.
Congratulations!
It is the mixed tag match between the Terror Twins and Liv and Dom. AC, you said, or I'm sorry, Sped, you said you picked it right.
Yeah.
What did you think about the match overall?
I thought it was a good match. I knew they were going to set it up for Rhea, Liv, Bad Blood, but I thought it was funny to see Rhea beat up Dom again. I was like, okay, that's a good callback. I was like, all right, getting beat up again by Rhea. That's awesome. But I feel I stayed off of Twitter or X, so I didn't have to see all that crap, man. Everybody was going in on Dom. That stuff was funny. But, I thought the match was good. Priest, if we get a Priest Mysterio match one-on-one some point, it actually might turn out to be a really good match. I actually like the way, Dom was selling a lot of Priest's moves, but I saw someone say something about Priest being not Priest, Dom trying to what was it? He was waiting for the kicks or the punches or whatever. I seen it on Twitter the next day. So that was you. Okay. Yeah. So yeah. You go ahead.
I was talking about him the kicks is right, but I was talking about overall. You can tell he was actually reacting before the hits and kicks even happened.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, he had
that's an embarrassment. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he was bracing up before. Yeah,
like doing down thing. That's an embarrassment. Rookies do stupid stuff like that.
Dominic Mysterio.
What are your thoughts, EC?
Yeah, but he's not a rookie though. He should know better. Even if you don't like him, he should know better than that. That's embarrassing.
Doofus Dom.
That's embarrassing. And it happened all throughout the whole. It wasn't even like one series. Through the whole match, he was doing that.
Yeah,
I'm
he
like,
was
you
bracing
right
up.
now?
He was bracing up. He was waiting for the stuff, the kicks and I noticed.
That's not good. I want to hear Spade justify it though, because that's his boy. I want to hear Spade justify.
I can't justify that. I didn't justify. I was like,
I
agree with you. I saw it. I went back and watched. I went back and watched and stuff. I was like, oh damn, he's right. He's bracing up right here for that kick right to the chest. I was like, oof. And then I noticed he was backpedaling before Priest would get the clothesline in on him. So he's getting ready to fall and stuff like that. But I find it funny that he's in a vest too. I don't understand.
EC, what'd you think about it?
Dom got beat up. He was happy.
I mean, I'll be honest. Like, I was watching this PLE on my phone while I was watching the Georgia game, so I've missed out on a lot of detail. But so I was like going back and forth. But all I can say is, I mean, he pretty much nailed it. As long as Dominic Mysterio got a black eye, I was happy. The more he gets beat up, the happier I am. And just knowing that he's probably going to be the reason Liv loses the title just makes it even better.
That makes it amazing.
I was surprised that Liv took the pin, to be honest, because they
have to set up the championship match between them two. That's the only way to really do it. Because if Dom takes the pin from Priest, I don't think that goes anywhere. I think the next one for Priest is Finn. So in order to set up Liv and Rhea, she had to take the pin there.
I don't see it that way.
Well, I mean, I didn't see it going into. I picked Liv and Dom to win, but obviously it didn't go the way I wanted it. I thought it was going to go.
Taking the pin there. There's only one person in that match that should be taking the pin. Ain't but one person. Because they ain't got no momentum anyway. It's just one person. Nobody should be taking the pin in there. Not Liv. She got to stay strong for the Rhea match because it's going to happen.
Well,
who Dom got to be strong for? Damian Priest?
See, that's my initial thought too. But at the same time, when you think about it, it's like Dom taking the pin. Unless Rhea had pinned Dom, it really has no meaning.
Yeah, but in the rules of the match, you can't win it that way.
Yeah,
she couldn't physically pin Dom to win the match.
Yeah,
unless they had changed the ruls.
Yeah.
So, and I get what Mr. You're saying. You wanted to keep Liv strong, but you do have the aspect of it was a tag match. There's other factors involved. It wasn't a straight 1-on-1. Even though there was shenanigans, she still holds the straight 1-on-1 victory over Rhea back at SummerSlam. So you do have that. So that makes them kind of 1-to-1 in this new series. So that even though it may hurt her momentum a little bit as champion, her taking the pin is really the only way that they could go to create that story. Because if Liv had pinned, even if Dom took the loss there, how do you get to the point where Rhea challenges for the title in the future? Because that's just the plot device to get it to the next match, really.
All I know is it was a bad weekend for somebody in this group chat. So,
not really. I actually had a good weekend.
Well, when I say that, I mean from the win-loss standpoint, because you're really backing some losers here.
It happens.
Right. Any last thoughts on this match?
Dom sucks.
There you go. We'll end with that one from EC. Move on to the next match. The Gunther and Randy Orton match for the title. Obviously, Gunther takes the win, beats Randy. In what I thought was a really good match. I really liked it. A lot of good action. EC, we'll start with you. What did you think of it?
Yeah, I honestly, I feel like this one's gonna go down as one of those underappreciated matches. I kind of want to go back and watch it again, just because, like I said, I was watching the game and you couldn't fully pay attention to it, but from what I did see, it looked amazing. I also love the handshake at the end because,
That's why I put it here.
As long as I've been around NXT and like WWE, I've never like seen any sign of like a babyface Gunther. So that was kind of cool to see if he could pull that off. But obviously he went back to himself on Monday night. And it was a big win for him. I mean, obviously knew Randy wasn't going to win, but it just legitimizes Gunther even more.
Yep. Spade, do you agree?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Gunther definitely. Yeah. Everything rose for Gunther, but I have 4 points on this real fast. The pop that he got when he first came out was fantastic. All right, for him and Ludwig, with the reaction of Ludwig Kaiser doing the ring announcing and stuff, thought that was fantastic. Orton throwing out the F-bomb to sell the chop to the chest was hilarious. Right, I loved it. Gunther definitely showed that he could play the nursing an injury role, throughout the match. Yeah, he was playing that nasty bruise that was on his arm, up on his upper shoulder the whole match. He's trying to, but it was physical, and that was the best part of the whole match. It was physical. It made it looked like what the old World Heavyweight Championship matches looked like, with Sting versus Flair, or you're gonna hate this, EC, Steiner H. Raw.
Ugh.
Hey, listen, Steiner, he was hard hitting. H was hard hitting. That's what the World Heavyweight title is all about, is hard hitters, not being stiff or anything, but doing a great match. And that's what this was. It was a great match. EC, go back and watch it. You will enjoy every single second of it.
The one thing that made me like during this match go like, oh crap, was that chop to Randy's back.
Yeah.
That was
Mr.
crazy.
What'd you think about the match?
Well, I already heard a love fest from 2 people, so I ain't going to mess it up. I'll just I'll go ahead and just vibe with this. I didn't expect a fast-paced match. I mean, look who's in the matches. I mean, you had to expect that. If you like that kind of wrestling, you got it in this match. Going blow for blow, toe for toe, I thought it was good. I didn't think Gunther was going to really put anybody over. I never really seen him do that before, even as Walter. Never seen him really do that. So I wasn't surprised that it didn't happen here either, but it's all good though. I think for me, I didn't understand the match period, because I guess I'm the kind of wrestling fan that I like the idea of being surprised. I got some shocks this weekend. I mean, based on the rankings that I came up with at the end of the night, you can see I was shocked in some ways. So I like being shocked. Some things about AEW shocks me more than anything most of the time. But you knew Randy wasn't going to win this match. And I'm like, man, y'all couldn't think of nobody else to put in this match that you think might have made us think it might be a possibility. Couldn't find anybody else. So I'm just kind of wondering about, roster wise, what are we doing? I'm just thinking ahead a little bit. I want to enjoy the moment, but sometimes I think a little ahead, like, okay, so did you think that Randy even had a shot? I mean, I know he had a record to tie or break, but did you really think it was going to happen? Any part of you say in this match, you know what? Randy might pull it off. Did it ever happen? I don't think it ever did. I'm like, I want, you in Berlin to me. I ain't saying, I don't know who you put in there in this match beside him, but I'm just saying that it was kind of predictable. I wasn't really thrilled with that part, but it was a good match, like you guys already stated, man. It was really good, man. A nice ground for pound kind of match. It was good.
Yeah, I agree with everybody else, which means with this comment, that means Herb agrees with everybody too. It was a good match. I do kind of agree. There was no doubt that Gunther was ever going to win, Gunther was ever going to lose.
I'm find me some friends someday. I'm keep on looking. Find me some friends for this. It's hard out here for me. It's on these streets. It's hard out here, man.
So with that, we'll start with Mr. U on the next one. So overall, quick answer: what was the match of the night for Bash at Berlin, Mr. U? What was your favorite match?
I guess I'll go with the strap match, man. The strap my one criticism. I think the strap match was it.
Oh, I'm gonna go with the World Heavyweight. I'm gonna go with the World Heavyweight title then.
EC?
Yeah, I have to go with the World Heavyweight Championship. I mean, I didn't think there was a bad match on this card, but that one was just on a different level.
Yep.
I'll actually agree with Mr. U and say that the strap match was probably the best one for me. I enjoyed it the most.
Yeah, if it wasn't for the World Heavyweight Championship match, I would say the strap match, but that's just my opinion.
There you go.
I like
Herb agrees with
matches like
Mr. U that he thought the
that.
strap match.
Yeah. I like matches like that. I don't know who's going to win. I had no idea. I made a prediction, but I honestly didn't know who was going to win this match. Even throughout, I was like, this can go either way. Anything can happen here. It makes wrestling more fun, but that's where my head is at, man. That's why I picked the strap match, but love it though.
Yeah.
Right.
Then next up on Sunday night, you had NXT No Mercy. 6 matches there.
One thing, because this just came across my phone as we were talking about that last slide, and coming up to NXT, I actually just got a text that I got approved for media for NXT in Chicago.
Nice.
Sweet. Heck
On
yeah.
Nice.
The GW debut.
Oh, yeah,
That's awesome. Well,
That's
hope to see a lot of good pictures coming out of there from you. I know I've seen some already from the other shows you've been at. So obviously that's awesome, man. I'm proud of you. That's great.
Yeah, thanks. That shocked me.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. Congratulations.
I love it.
Anyway,
So I don't know that I want to go through every match on here, because obviously we're already halfway through the show, and maybe that's just me being salty from not understanding half of what happens. Obviously in our predictions, the only ones that we didn't agree on was the last match. But I will say, we'll kind of go around the room. Mr. U, what were your thoughts on the show? What did you think of the show overall?
Well, it's cool they had 6 matches. I haven't seen that in maybe ever. So that was nice. This is a 5-match franchise if I ever saw one. But 6 matches, that was cool. Overall, I think all the matches were good. I'm surprised by the top 3 that you and I talked about it offline too. What were they thinking with the booking decision? What was the plan here? That it made no sense. But that's overall. I mean, we got to go into none of the matches if you don't want to. It don't matter to me. But the first 3 matches, I'm like, why? It's the same thing I'm talking about. What 2-3 weeks ago? You don't want to actually build story. That's clear because you make a decision like this. The Wendy situation, for example, and Rosemary is still around. You could have built off of that, had her with the title. This could have been a whole a new faction being built. You could do a whole bunch of stuff with that kind of stuff. Now you're going to do it now. I mean, you get it built to Kalani again, and then with the Chase U thing, I guess that was already planned out. I don't know what to say about that one. Wesley not going over in this. I'm like, okay, that they just really, really weird booking decisions. But at the end of the day, it is what it is, man. But overall, good card, man. Love they had 6 matches. Give us something your money's worth, so to speak. But
there you go. And Herb agrees. He likes the fact that they had 6 matches instead of 5 as well.
Thank you. I feel the love now. But overall, good card, man. Not bad.
All right, Sped, what'd you think?
Like you said, there were some weird booking decisions. I actually liked the little nod to TNA. Actually, the X Division title was on WWE television, and the X Division champion got the win. I thought that was actually pretty cool because you had 2 TNA guys go up there. One of them is going to lose. Well, except for Big Mike, I'm sorry. And then the other one's got to win. So so
he believes in Joe Hendry, clearly.
Why?
He said why though. I love it.
Yeah, that's my question too. But it's a glorified John Cena. I don't think he's that good.
I'll just save it for when it's my turn. But whatever.
It's almost your turn now.
Oh, okay. It's your turn. Yeah, Sped's done. It's your turn. Go ahead. What'd you think?
Oh, first off, don't do that again. That doofus. Anyway, I agree with the whole North America or women's North American title thing. I think a bunch of us that go to the show always I don't know what they're doing with Kalani, and because the Kalani thing is just not over. With Wendy,
Turn her. Oh my God. Turn her today.
Yeah, and they don't have anyone to challenge. They don't have enough like women established as it.
Really, Reese?
No. They don't have enough women. Stop! Don't say that again. But with you're not gonna get me. You're not gonna get me to. I'm not gonna sit here and badmouth the NXT girls. I love them. So,
I know
but
you
with Wendy Chu,
how to fight. I get it.
with Wendy Chu, it's that was just, I guess, to open another page here with Tatum, because that whole match, I knew Tatum was coming at some point. Now with Lyra appearing on Tuesday, now it's more clear that they just wanted to team them back up and go after Wendy and Rosemary. But so that's with that match. But like Nick said, there was a point in the show where I was like, well, they're not going to make both TNA guys lose. And at that point, I knew Zachary Wentz was beating Wesley. And now going forward, I fully expect Wesley to cost the Rascals the tag team title match.
Oh, me too.
And, that'll go to Halloween Havoc in some way or whatnot. And Oba, Tony, honestly, a bunch of us at the show really thought Tony should have beat Oba, because I think it's time for that North American title to come off him and go for the bigger one. And
hold up now. Hold up now. I don't interject a lot. I'll let you finish.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
He has cleared everyone in that division.
He has.
And now there's nothing left. Like, I don't see any way that you get that championship off him now. And Tony, that was a match. He was the first person I've seen so far that actually put a beating on Oba.
It was a great match.
And Tony is more than well enough liked at the at least at the weekly show at the PC to be able to carry that championship and not be like, well, why the hell did they take this off of Oba? So that's why I say Tony should have beat him, because Oba's got to go to something else. He's already cleared that spot. Roxanne and Jada, I'm not a Jada Parker stan, so Roxanne Perez, Roxy 2 time.
I thought that match was really good.
I thought she did great.
It was good. They both did good on that one. But Roxy 2 time always. I do believe. You can shake your head all you want. Roxy 2 time.
I'm just laughing at the clear bias in this situation.
I don't hide it. I'm not gonna hide it here.
You can't hide it, man. It's like three heads on one person.
I don't like OTM. Not at all.
Them boys got real talent. What are you?
No, sir.
Why smear campaign? Probably one of the most talented tag team they got in this godforsaken place.
Stop it. Stop it.
Kidding me?
Anyway, Roxy 2 time.
Them boys got it.
Look, this main event was a lose-lose for me, because I'm not going for Ethan Page or Joe Hendry. But I'm glad that Joe Hendry didn't go over on that one. I other than that Chase U match, well, actually, I shouldn't even say that. So 2 of these matches I didn't think were that great. The other 4 I enjoyed. I thought it was a good show.
Let me ask you, because I was just thinking about, do they let him break North American? Do they let Oba break the North American streak, like holding it the longest? Okay, break Wesley's streak with it, or do they put both titles on him like he was Keith Lee?
Are you asking anybody? Because I have the answer to that. I have my answer, at least.
Yeah. No, I'm asking everybody this right now.
So my answer to that is yes to both of those. I want to see him with that Keith Lee spot. I've said it on this show. I've said it on other shows. I've said it on every show that I'll ever be on. I think Obafemi is the future.
Oh yeah.
He should have both titles. Until somebody else steps up a little bit more. Yes, Tony gave him a great match. I love Tony D'Angelo. I think he's a really good wrestler. I think that was the best match that he's had, stylistically with Obafemi. But I think it should end in, maybe day 1, something like that, close to the Royal Rumble with Obafemi taking, and if it's still Ethan Page, that's fine. If it's Trick Williams, whoever it's going to be at that point, Obafemi needs to have both belts and then get called up and relinquish both of them, go have a couple of tournaments for the belts going forward, and then move up to the main roster. I don't want him to lose in NXT because I don't see anybody that gives me a credible challenger to him. I just don't.
He got 32 more days. That's all he needs to break it.
I completely agree. Just because, like I said, especially after watching the match, I thought Tony could and should have beat him, but could have beat him anyway. Yeah. But now there ain't nobody there. So I agree.
Yeah. As far as kind of what I thought of the rest of the card, since I know you guys have already said it, I'm kind of with you guys. I don't understand the booking in the Wendy Chu match. I thought Wendy Chu should win there. You could still have Tatum come in, not have Lyra come back, have Tatum come in, choke her out at the end, sets up a great match with Wendy Chu, Tatum Paxley at Halloween Havoc. Both of those are kind of spooky, emo, alt kind of gimmicks that would go perfectly at Halloween Havoc for the title. So I thought that should have been the way to go there. I thought it just made more sense. And then you let Tatum actually go for another title, which I think she deserves because I think she's been one of the better characters in NXT. I don't know why you have Wentz win. I agree. As soon as Wentz won, I kind of knew I wasn't going to win the last one because I knew they weren't going to have both TNA guys go over the same night. So as soon as Zachary Wentz won, I knew I had already lost. I thought Joe Hendry should have won just because you're capitalizing on that heat and that momentum that he's got, that he's so over two different companies now. He's one of the most over people in two companies. I thought you strike on that, let him have a good title. You come back a little bit later. You can have Ethan Page come back for it. You could have had Trick turn heel again because I like Trick. I like Trick as a heel better. Then he could have taken it off of Joe Hendry later on. There's a lot of stuff I didn't understand. I didn't understand the Chase U thing. I get it. Ridge Holland turned on him. I think it's a little fast for that. You let them hold the titles to make it mean more. Let them hold them for a month or two at least, not a week. Because at least then when they break up and they do that, it means more because they've held the titles. I did think Jada Parker and Roxanne was a really good match. I really liked that match. Kind of speaking to what you guys were talking about earlier, I think Jada Parker should be the next challenger for Kalani because I think she proves she can go. And I would like to see her take the belt off Kalani. I think that would be a really good move there since you're going to let Kalani win through this and go through the next match. Jada Parker should go down, especially since you've got Roxanne and Julia there now. After Tuesday, let Jada Parker go down and challenge Kalani. It's a good face heel dynamic, and then they're both. I think that'd be a really good match. So that's kind of what I thought of the card. Does anybody else have any thoughts on No Mercy?
Well, to just throw one more thing on what you just said about Jada and the North American title. I don't know what's going to happen with who's next for Kalani, but I'm just going to say there's somebody returning on October 1st that's going to decide who's going for these championships in the women's division next.
Hey,
Delta?
Did you guys see this? Did you guys see this?
Sir,
tweet?
I said returning, sir.
Yes, you did. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I saw that. They do that after every pay-per-view. If you go back on Ava's Twitter, they do one of those after every PLE that she does.
I died when I saw this. Okay. This right here made me laugh really hard, though. That's why I put it up here.
Yeah, now we can see a little bit better without the other graphic there.
Yeah,
the angry Roxanne pictures after every PLE is very entertaining.
It's hilarious. Wow, she's still champ.
So that is all for WWE. It was a great weekend for me. I enjoyed watching it. But we do have another pay-per-view coming up for AEW All Out. I know seems like we just finished an AEW pay-per-view a week or two ago. Oh wait, that's because we did.
Yep.
So we're putting together one really quick here. It is All Out, and these are the matches that I've seen so far. And we will go through and do a quick pick on all of them because I know we are short on time, and go from there. So we'll start out with the first match at the bottom there. I know we don't have all the participants, but we will go Okada versus The Field since we don't know everybody's in, but the four-way for the Continental Championship. So would you take Okada or The Field is the way we're going to go on that one. Who Who do you have in YEC?
I mean, it's hard to say without knowing who's over there. So I mean, and
That's why we're going with the field. Just anybody else they put in the match.
I'd probably just still go with Okada because I don't see them taking the title off of him.
All right, Sped.
Well, now that we know that title's lesser than Jack Perry's title, I'm gonna have to say Okada.
What?
Mr. U?
We're not gonna do that crap tonight, all right? I'm trying to find where I saw the there's actually matches set up for Collision. There's 3 of them.
Yeah.
Takeshita is in one, and then there's 2 other ones. I'm going with the field because I think Takeshita is going to win this. So I'm going with the field on this one. I just can't find it. If I can find it, I'll publish it to you guys. I saw it somewhere today. It was 3 matches tomorrow night on Collision on a special Friday night edition of Collision. We're gonna have the 3 matches in there. I just can't find it right now. But, yeah.
Okay. I will go with Okada as well. I think they're gonna keep pushing him with the Elite. I'm not saying that's who I want to win. I just think that I'm done trying to overthink these things. It has not done well for me in any pick that we've done so far. So I'm just going to go with my heart. I'm not going to try to overthink it and think what I would try to do. I'm just going to say I think they're just going to keep pushing Okada and keep him in there with the Elite.
I just find it funny that nobody ever agrees with him, and then he ends up with the lowest amount of wins after every show.
Except for AEW, he won out.
Yeah, he did win AEW last time, but you weren't here, so we'll put an asterisk on that since EC wasn't here for AEW.
Oh, Nikes! Hold on. Let's see if I can find his crown.
All right. So while you're looking for that, we'll move on to the next match. It is the tag team titles. It is the Young Bucks against the BCC's Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta. We'll start with you, Mr. U. Who do you think is going to win that one?
Young Bucks retain.
Young Bucks retain. EC?
Yeah, as much as I hate to say it, the Young Bucks.
Yeah, I'm going Young Bucks.
Yeah, I am too. I don't think there's a whole lot of course, I didn't know they were going to win the trios title either. It all in, so who knows? Maybe they put everything on the BCC. But again, I think same thing with Okada. I think they're going to keep that running as the EVPs as the authority. So we'll go with the Young Bucks on there. Next up, we'll go with Chris Statlander versus Willow Nightingale, and I believe what is a street fight, a Chicago street fight match, which is the stipulation that Willow picked after she won their match at All Out. Her and Ishii. Sped, who do you think is going to win that one? Why?
I don't know. I'm just gonna go with Strat on this, Statlander on this one. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how to get in his head. What do I do? So it's I'm going with her.
Mr. U?
I'm going with Stat with some help from Stokely.
Okay.
EC?
Yeah, I mean, I have to go with Stat just because that bald-headed menace is there. So, I've seen too much of him at NXT to know how he affects these things.
I'm gonna go with Stat as well. So I'll agree with you guys on there. I just want to see her win more. I like Statlander more than I like Willow Nightingale, unfortunately. So I'm just kind of going with my heart. That's who I want to see win. That's who I want to see have a good title reign, and that's who I'm gonna go with. Next up, we will go to MJF and Daniel Garcia, the grudge match. After MJF left Daniel Garcia laying, and then Garcia came back and kind of cost MJF the title, stole his Dynamite diamond ring, whatever. At least that's what we're going with. Mr. U, will go with you first. Who do you think's winning that and why?
I think Garcia. I think that because they're trying to work out some contract stuff with him, I think they want him to go over. That'll give MJF a chance to get deep into his character and have maybe an identity crisis and trying to figure out who he is. 2 losses straight. It'll probably drive MJF into a crazy place which is good for entertainment purposes. So I'm saying that along with the contract situation, Garcia goes over in this match.
All right, EC?
I would love to agree with that because that would make sense, but I'm going to go with MJF.
All right, Sped.
I'm going with Tony Khan's boy, MJF. I don't think he lets him lose 2 in a row like that.
Yeah, I'm tend to agree with MJF. I don't let him. I don't see him letting him do all that. Losing twice. I just can't see it.
Mister, you win,
especially not to Daniel Garcia. I mean, I agree with you with the whole contract stuff. I agree they're trying to get everything in there.
Hold up, what happened? What I do?
No. Everyone but you have picked the same people on like your 2 matches so far. If you get the 1 match so far, if you go with the field and the field wins, you automatically the king again.
We still got 4 matches to go. Well, we'll see what happens in
right now. I'm just saying.
I thought Mike.
I'm missing something. Maybe it's just late in the evening. What am I missing?
I thought.
Well, he picked different on this one too because he picked Daniel Garcia, so that's 2 that he's got this different.
Yeah.
I thought Mike was going to agree with him, and then as soon as he said,
I did too. I thought so too.
Oh, so they're laughing at me. I guess I did. I wouldn't even try to be funny on that one. I'll take it though.
Yeah, I'm gonna go out doing me. So
hey, listen, that's how you got the king last time.
That's what's gonna happen. So sorry.
Yeah.
Well, we'll move on.
Keep all night long. You can keep it offline and be giggling or whatnot. Whatever. I'm gonna do me though.
We'll move on to the next match. The AEW Women's World Champion with Mercedes Moné and
the TBS
Shida? Oh no, TBS. I'm sorry, you're right. My bad. Got ahead of myself. She's not AEW champion yet. Although I'm sure it's coming.
Oh no.
That's bold. That's severely bold.
I mean, that's another diatribe for another show. But EC, who do you have winning this match and why?
Mercedes Moné, because she has creative control.
Exactly. That's why I picked her too.
All right.
No other reason.
No other reason. Mr. U, do you agree? Do you think she wins? Do you think she loses?
She ain't winning this belt.
Yeah. I'm with you. I agree.
Hold on. Am I missing something? Is this for the TBS title?
Yeah.
Okay. Then no, never mind. I'm on the other side.
So you're saying Shida?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Okay.
I thought it was for Mercedes title, so no, never mind.
It is for Mercedes title.
Yeah,
that's
it
what
is
we're saying.
for Mercedes title.
All right. I don't. Give me a second. Come back to me.
Well, you're the last one. We've already all picked Mercedes. You're there is no going back to you on this one. This is the last pick of the match.
Well, all right. I'll go with Shida just for fun.
All right.
Always a good reason to pick it just because.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, we'll move on to what I think is honestly probably the most unpredictable match, maybe the second most unpredictable match in Will Ospreay against Pac for the international title. We will start. I guess I'll let EC think about this one since he had a little trouble in the last one. We'll start with Sped on this one. Who do you think is going to win and why?
You're right about this one. I don't know. I'm gonna go Ospreay. There's no way this guy loses the title already after winning it. What was it, 2 weeks ago or something? Whatever it was. I don't think he loses it. I think he beats Pac. I like Pac though. Let's not get it twisted. I read what you said last week. You know, the whole he was supposed to be trios champion right now with Death Triangle, but I don't think he's beating Ospreay. Ospreay's about to go on a run with this title. I think he might elevate this title, honestly.
Okay. Easy.
Yeah, I agree. I don't see Pac beating Ospreay. No. Yeah, I'm going with Ospreay on that one.
Mr. U?
Ospreay.
I agree. I don't think they let him lose so soon after that huge win with MJF. I don't see him letting him lose. And I know, look, we've talked about it. Tony Khan has a history of combining belts and combining championships and all that, but I don't think he does it for Pac. I think Ospreay takes it. We will go next to the AEW World Championship with Bryan Danielson and Jack Perry. The historic matchup there. I'm going to let Mr. U go last because I want to hear his thoughts on the match. So EC, we'll let you go first. Who do you think will win away?
I mean, Brian, it would be my pick just because he just won it. But it would be hilarious if Jack Perry won that title because isn't this show in Chicago?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that would be hilarious. But no, it's almost the same as the last match we talked about there, and I couldn't see them pulling that off Daniel Bryan after a week or two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, no, I agree. It's BD. I think Bryan wins this one. I know as much as it would be funny and like a big FU to CM Punk to have Jack Perry to have both tied. I would just hate it at the same time.
So I also am going to pick Bryan Danielson, and I will say this, and I know Tony Khan's not watching this show, shaking in his boots that I'm never going to watch this show. If Jack Perry wins this match, I'll never watch AEW again because that would make the least amount of sense ever in the history of wrestling.
Oh yeah,
that's all. Yeah. That's all I'll say about that. But Mr. U, what do you think? What do you think about this match?
The one with Bryan Danielson is pretty easy. I'm definitely biased about it. That's just a fact. Scapegoat ain't winning this match. But what I'm thinking about is I know that the Bucks are going to be interfering, Okada probably as well. Who's going to come out and have Bryan Danielson's back? Because it seems like the BCC don't even know that they're a team still. They go in all kinds of different directions. I'm like, who's going to come out and help them out? When they inevitably come in here and try to help. But they said that, under no circumstances is Jack Perry going to lose this match. They're going to make sure he wins. So who's going to come out? Are we going to see somebody that we wasn't expecting, like a Kenny Omega, come out? What are we going to see? I'm just wondering how they're going to blow our minds in this match. But that would shock me if Omega comes out. But BCC wouldn't shock me because that should be what should normally happen. But
yeah, that's what should happen.
Yeah, that's what should happen. But I'm going with BD on this one too.
All right. And last but not least, the main event, you have Hangman Adam Page against Swerve Strickland in a lights out or unsanctioned cage match, I believe is what it is. After everything that's going on, Hangman burning down Swerve's childhood home.
I was messed up.
We'll start with you on this one, Mr. U, since you finished last one. Who do you think is going to win this one and why?
It's going to be Swerve. I think they're going to have another match after this, maybe, but this can't be the end of the saga. But if it is going to be the end, most rivalries end with a steel cage match. It's kind of hard to go anywhere after that, unless you have some kind of they don't have Hell in a Cell type of situation. So this seems to be what should be. I think this is like their fourth or fifth match right here. So they're going into record territory here. But I think Swerve gets the win here. I don't see myself changing my mind, so I'm gonna just stick with Swerve before I do change my mind.
Okay. So Swerve. DC, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm going with Swerve. Just after seeing the whole burning the house thing down, I mean, that's a lot to take. So I think Swerve's getting it.
Ed?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Swerve as well. I'm not a Hangman fan. I'm not even gonna, try to pretend to like him. But I do like Swerve, and I agree. After the whole house burning down, I think Swerve takes it. It's going to be a great match, though. They had an amazing match last time, and it broke the internet. Yeah. So
anytime you have somebody drinking somebody else's blood, that's going to cause a stir.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm just saying it broke the internet, though. It was great.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree. I want Swerve to win. I'm not a Hangman fan. So I don't have a whole lot of analysis on it. So I hope Swerve wins. All right, that's pretty much the whole show. Go through real quick, and I know we're a little bit after an hour, so just a quick one match answer. Which match are you looking forward to the most on the card, EC?
I'm women's wrestling biased, so probably Mercedes Moné and Shida.
Okay. Sped?
Ospreay Pac. That's gonna be a banger.
That's you?
I'm gonna go with Paige and Strickland this minute. This is the maximum chaos we're gonna see here, so I'm gonna go ahead and go with this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with Mr. Yu. I mean, I think based on those matches before, man, it's gonna be crazy. How are they gonna try to top it? So yeah, I'm most excited to see Swerve and Paige. All right. So that concludes all of our pay-per-view talk. We are a little bit over an hour, so we will get into one last segment real quick that we do every week. We have had to skip it a few times, but I do want to bring it back. It is the Thursday night tag team matchmaker series, which it's good on what EC just said. Being a women's wrestling fan, we do have the ladies edition tonight. You have Beth Phoenix against Chyna, against Jordan Grace, against Rhea Ripley.
This is hard,
right,
dude. You guys,
Sped, I'm gonna start with you. Who do you have winning the match, and how do you see it going down?
I've been sitting on this for a hot minute, but the former Intercontinental Champion Chyna takes this match, hands down. All right, Chyna had something special. Yes, all these other women are special in their own right, but Chyna felt different. Okay, when Chyna faced Jeff Jarrett and took that title, things changed for her. She felt different. I think Beth does her finisher, boom, off of onto the the ring announcer table to Jordan Grace, and I hate to say it, because I would love to see those two butt heads. But Rhea takes a pin to Chyna just to be a little, But I've been sitting on this. I think Chyna wins this one. Not like I think this would be one of those we talk about it for years type of deal if this ever did happen. But this is a good match. Yeah, see, eighth wonder of the world right there.
Yep. So yeah, definitely everybody in the comments agrees that Chyna should take the win. EC, champion of women's wrestling on the show here, self-proclaimed. How do you have this match going?
Well, first off, I didn't proclaim myself that. But secondly, I do also.
Alrighty then, spicy tonight.
I mean, yeah. Anyway, I have Chyna winning this match also, but differently. I think she ends up with a pin on Jordan Grace because I just see Beth and Rhea taking each other out. That's the two big girls, so I feel like that's going to come face to face, and Chyna ends up beating Jordan Grace.
All right, and then Herb wondering, is EC doing the show from underneath the ring, kind of a la what CM Punk did last week when he was under the ring going live on Instagram before he came out to attack Drew McIntyre. So that's always good.
Is this a lighting question? That's funny.
Mr. Yu, how do you see the match going? Do you agree with Sped and EC that Chyna takes it, or?
This is the toughest match make I think we did yet.
Oh, whose idea was this one? I wonder.
Some dude. Hey, this is tough, man. I can't do what I was doing with the other ones and kind of use that psychology. I can't use that with any of this. This is like these are all physically dominant women. Mm-hmm. So I can't even use that like, wow. I'm gonna go with surprising. I'm gonna go with Chyna on this one, just from the advantages that she has over everybody else.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what else to do here. This is tough, man. Nobody's doing any mat wrestling really in here. It's not. I mean, Jordan Grace can get down and do that kind of stuff to a great degree, but this match is not probably going to be run like that. This is just dominance, man. Kicking people's heads off, man. That's what we're talking about right now. So, yeah, I'm gonna go with Chyna, man. This is a tough one. This was a very good job. Good job, guys. This was a stumper, man, for real. This was great. I'm going with Chyna though.
So, as much as I hate to, I'm gonna have to agree with everybody else. I mean, Chyna was kind of the first of that special powerhouse women's wrestler. I mean, obviously we've had some people who've tried to come close, but nobody, like Lady Alpha said, she was the eighth wonder of the world. Nobody else has come close to that physically domineering presence that she had. And obviously being around Eddie Guerrero, being around Triple H, she could do some underhanded tactics. So, even if that came into play with some shenanigans here or there, she's got that in her in her repertoire, I guess would be the best way to say it, with DX and everything else. So I don't think you're going to get one over on her. I don't think you're going to outpower her. The one thing I think maybe Jordynne Grace or Rhea Ripley would have a speed advantage, but I think that would be neutralized very quickly. So I definitely think, and I kind of agree with EC, I could see Rhea and Beth Phoenix taking each other out because they have had a little history in the past. If we're doing this, obviously RIP to China, but if we were to bring this back and do it in today's realm, they would obviously go after each other, take each other out, and then you'd have a good clash between Jordynne Grace and China. In China coming out on top, definitely taking the win. So it's a clean sweep for China, as it should be. Again, the 8th wonder of the world, Hall of Famer. Definitely a great match, and awesome. Definitely a great show, guys. It was awesome tonight. I had a lot of fun. Got to talk a lot of wrestling. I appreciate it. Hopefully everybody out there has a great night. Enjoy the weekend. Hopefully you get to watch some wrestling, some football, and enjoy each other's company. I appreciate it, guys. Everybody have a good night.
Night.
Good night, guys.